going on, everybody? This is the rules here. I know that Sam Pickles left that comment that, you know what, me and Todd, we should make video together and like kind of, I don't remember what kind of word he used in the comment, do you remember?
No.
But he was talking like we need to feed out from each other's weirdness, even though he said I'm weird in different ways. That's what everybody tells me.
Actually, I do remember that comment, and it makes sense.
But you know what, fuck it. Cold 45, Billy D. Williams, real black.
So you're gonna drink it straight from there or the beer mug?
Well,
Ice, you'd rather have it in ice or in the mug? I just took it out of the dishwasher. This mug's clean. I took it out of the dishwasher today.
alright, man.
It's up to you.
Let's just,
Okay,
you know, just
Can
fucking
you
off.
pass me my beer?
Yeah, what kind of beer? Do you like Bush?
No, it's the other beer. It's that strong beer. It's 8% alcohol.
Ah, yeah, you said that you want to make a house age. See, like, I drank it once a couple of years ago. I didn't really like it. It's not really, like, my thing. I would rather drink Cold 45.
I'll just put this back in there and take a Bush, I think.
Oh my god, man, just because I said that, you just like, no, I'm not gonna drink.
Well, I think it's because I want to save maybe the edge. Maybe I'll drink half the edge on this video, and then on my video I'll drink the rest of the edge, maybe.
Do whatever you want, man, don't ask me.
I'll just drink Bush right now, it's fine.
Yeah, I shouldn't say that, because like the minute I said that I'm not really big of, I tried it only once, I didn't really like it, but it doesn't mean that you're not gonna like it.
Salute, cheers.
Salute.
To Putin and Trump.
Those fucking idiots. They're fucking protesting and they're vandalizing shit and burning American flags. Like, to me, I think that the fact that Trump won the election, that makes me think better about America. Because that means that we as people, we can make a difference and we don't have to support these neocons and the Zionists who rule America, control America, try to destroy America. America for Americans, plain and simple, you know. Like, I agree with what you agree. I know it's not gonna be good for me, but eventually I'm gonna go back to Russia. I know I'm different, but I don't care. I'm going back to Russia. I have American citizenship. I pay my taxes. I earn money here. I promote American businesses. So even though I'm different, I do my fair share.
Yeah. And he could be, I mean, he could pass as a true American citizen right now because he works very hard. He's a hard-working guy. He works hard at his job. He takes his job serious. He doesn't complain. He shows up. He does what he needs to do. He makes the money. The money's the main thing, you know. I mean,
well, that's true, man.
I mean, you gotta make the dough, make the bread, and then have a good time.
But then also, you mentioned that, you know, I'm not American, but you know what? Even though culturally I'm not American, but I'm naturalized citizen, so I'm actually American. It's another thing that I'm not like born American and I don't act American. Okay, fair enough, but when it comes to citizenship, I am American. So
despite the fact that your parents were born in Russia, both your
I was born in Russia too.
St. Petersburg, right.
Yeah, but I'm naturalized.
Did you realize that there's a St. Petersburg, Florida?
Oh, I know that. Yeah, my dad told me. You know, there's Odessa, Texas, and Odessa in Ukraine. Because I feel like British, Russian, Polish people, basically when they come over, it's like they started naming their cities at the same name as they have like European, like they have London, Dublin to Odessa, St. Petersburg.
Sort of like a common trend, a little bit.
Yeah, you know.
Trendish or something.
Yeah, they just like name places by like famous European places.
So, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Sorry not to change this topic, but what is your feelings about the, because I like the concept behind the BDU, the Beer Drinkers United Club. What's your feelings about joining, like becoming a part of the club?
I mean, I don't do no clubs, I just do what I want, first of all. But when it comes to BDU, I'm fine with that. I think everybody should drink whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, like laid back, don't have restriction, it's too restrictive. I don't like restrictive, like things like the...
Drink only malt liquor.
Right, it's so restrictive, like, it's rules, a lot of rules attached to it.
Well, but sometimes you need rules in the society because helps it run smoothly.
Yeah.
In a certain way it's good, but
blueprint. Yeah. Well, Emil came here to my apartment to stay the night, and it was nice of him to come over. And I know it's my fault in the past not showing up to his place. It's my fault. Some things are my fault, and I'll be the first to admit it. I've made a fool in a sense out of myself. I'm gonna be the first to admit that too. But I have a lot of qualities though that a lot of times are unseen or don't show on these videos. If you would have known me 25 years ago, I probably would have entertained you playing the piano even though I never took lessons because I had that talent, that skill.
It's fun you mentioned because it actually was a time when I was trying the piano because I remember when I was a kid back in Russia, when we used to live before I think it was even the place where I used to live before I moved into where my current place where my mom lives right now. It was across the street. We traded in 2-bedroom apartment for like 3-bedroom or something like that. So I remember in all that apartment we had like somebody else's piano for whatever reason. And I remember I didn't know how to play piano, but for me it was so exciting. It was just like boom, boom, boom. I don't know what the fuck I was doing, but because I was never a musical kid. Like I didn't have a voice, I couldn't like really. I never could, like imitate the sound. Because I remember they've been tasting me back in the middle school in Russia. I think it wasn't. They were saying, oh, some shit like that. And I was saying it wrong, like I don't have a good ear for music, All
Fair enough, yeah.
Yeah, all I can do is rap, and some people say I'm a shitty rapper because I have a strong Russian accent, so that sounds weird, but I enjoy doing what I'm doing even though it sounds weird and crazy or whatever the fuck, but I don't know, man. Sometimes it's just like cool to be childish, I guess, but I don't like when people tell me I'm childish.
You're not childish at all. I think you just like come across sometimes as having a good time. You just express it in a different way than some people.
Yeah, but that's like
there's nothing wrong with it.
Right, and I agree. It's like the same.
You're your own individual.
Right, and it's like the same thing. That's what I'm saying. Coming back to saying me that I'm not from American culture. Like like Americans to me, they come across as stupid when they're not really stupid, but just like the way they act. Like to me, they're just stupid behavior. Like sometimes. And a lot of times I bite my tongue not to say it because I don't want to offend people because then they're gonna say me I'm mean and rude, but that's just my perception because like you said, I'm from different place and it's just like different way of expression.
Exactly. It's like if you go to Africa or an exotic place, sometimes you'll see like birds that look like they're. I know this is kind of off top, not really on point, but sometimes you'll like for example here. When you look at like birds, because I don't know, I think birds are cool. Like you see robins and blue jays and that kind of stuff. But whereas if you go like to a certain country in Africa, you're going to see birds that actually dance to attract their mates. So it's like the birds actually. I'm just saying that it's not something you'll see here where I live. But I'm saying like if you travel, you'll see different things. It's not. That's just a small.
No. I actually get your point.
It's just an analogy, just a simple.
Yeah, I can actually see analogy. So like. Here in America, people act certain way, but if you're gonna go to St. Petersburg, Russia, being an American, you're gonna see people behaving and acting a little bit different way.
The analogy I shared, you could apply it to any situation.
Yeah. It can be America versus Russia, it can be Africa versus Russia, whatever.
Exactly, right.
Yeah, so it is what it is.
And even like, and the same goes for like different cafes and restaurants. Like you'll see different things in another country. And then I think what I'm talking about is related to this. When you go to college, it's sociology. I think, right? Is that what that would be? Sociology.
That's actually my last quarter.
Culturalism or sociology?
It's funny because like my last quarter when I stayed the extra quarter in college when I graduate, I couldn't graduate from college because my GPA in accounting major was a little too low. It was a little bit under 2, so I had to stay extra quarter, right? Just 1 quarter, And guess what? My last quarter, my GPA was like 3.7 because I took the sociology class.
That's really good.
And I got like A minus in this class without studying that hard.
A minus?
A minus, yes. And I didn't even study that much.
It's pretty impressive. Wow.
Because that's easy, man. But when I was taking fucking accounting classes, I was getting D's and shit and C's. Sometimes I go get B's, but like really my GPA was just a little bit above 2.0. It was like 2.05 in my major, and my cumulative GPA was 2.13. Granted, I graduated from 9th best school in the United States, which is Fisher College of Business. I got my diploma, which is legit, but I barely made it. It was a struggle for me. I just barely graduated with a minimum like score.
Wow.
Yeah, minimum. But when I was fucking Columbus State, my GPA was like 324, and I was in Dean's List 3 times. Like fucking Ohio State, that's difficult, man. It's just like crazy.
You know, another thing is I think that a lot of people like when we act a certain way when we drink, we act kind of goofy, or not, I shouldn't say goofy, but just act kind of entertaining. People probably like it because it reminds the viewers of when they were young in college maybe, or makes them feel young. Again, I don't know, just something I thought of. You know,
yeah, like, you almost 40, right? Like 38.
Right. Yeah,
I'm pushing 30 because I will be 30 in like 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Like,
so what? We're like a decade, about 10 years apart, right? Like
8 years.
8 years, okay.
8 years and a month.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
I'm about to be 30. You know what Beer Girl for 12 told me? I'm a fucking baby. She was asking me, are you 30 yet? And I said, no, I'm turning 30 like in a month. And she said like, oh, you a baby.
Well, I could see that because she's like 2 years older than me.
Well, she's 40, so I thought like, because she said that she's only 10 years older than me then.
Yeah, I think she's gonna be 40 soon. I don't think she's quite 40 yet. She might be going, I think she's technically I think she'll be 40 soon, but.
Yeah, she said her birthday is in April. See, that's why I'm like.
So she'll be 40, I think, in April. Either that or 41.
But anyway, she's not that old and she looks good, you know.
Yeah, she's a pretty young lady, yeah.
Young lady. Well, I mean.
I've worked in nursing homes a lot of my life, so I'm used to older people, like way older than her.
But I mean, to be honest with you, like, some women in their 40s, they actually look cute. Like yesterday,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
You know, like the sister, you know that woman who got married yesterday, right?
Yeah.
She is now, how old is she? 33, I think. Yeah, she's 33 years old. And her sister is 44, she's like 11 years older.
Okay.
And I'm looking at her like, damn, she's 44 years old, she's still fucking hot. Like seriously, I feel like she just never gets old. Oh. Like seriously, she's so fucking beautiful, she just never gets old. I'm thinking, when the hell she's gonna get old and she never gets old? It just like never happens.
Diet, exercise, how you take care of yourself, exercise, diet, and genetics.
And you know, it's also the birthday thing too. Because you know, like, she was born June 14th, right? And the funny thing, like, my mom has a friend, and she was also born on June 14th. And she's like, probably like 57 or 58 years old. And last time I seen her, it was back in April. And I'm like, damn, she's really 57 years old, she's looking like good. She's really like beautiful woman. Wow. And she looks good at fucking 57, like she's looking attractive.
Wow.
I know, that's crazy, right? Fucking 57-year-old woman and she actually looking good. She doesn't look old at all, she doesn't look like a fucking grandma. That's genetics, man. Yeah. And you know, so I'm saying people who born June 14, they just have that good genetics. When they look young till like they're fucking, I don't know, 80 years old or something, I don't know. It's just like, I guess it's something to do with that birthday, you know?
Yeah, could be.
It's just like astrological thing, I guess. Like some people, they just don't get old, you know? I don't know why, but they just don't get old.
They don't age.
They don't age, right? Like they're fucking 60 years old and they look like they're 35.
They're hot, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Some people are just like that.
It exists. It definitely exists. It's real. Oh boy. Well, I'm excited to watch this movie. I'm showing him a movie that I'm gonna start a little later, and it's with Steven Seagal. He said he's never seen it, Under Siege. You guys watching, I'm sure, have seen it. The majority of you guys.
Look, I didn't see movies for like a year, man, because all I do is fucking work and sleep and
eat, sleep, and work.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Well.
But it's not good because sometimes you have to chill and shit. But
Yeah. So that was just my liver. It was a little sore, I think, down here. I'll be okay. I'm used to it.
Man, what the fuck, you know, like, you should take care of yourself, you know?
Yeah, I know.
You know, probably your parents are right, you should, like, cut on alcohol, because, like, me, I drink a little bit, but I drink so little, I'm fine, but, like, me, I'm feeling tired lately, like, today, like, yesterday, feel tired, like,
Yeah.
and I still came over.
Yeah.
You know, like some people say that, you know, when I say I'm almost 30, there's a guy at my job, as a matter of fact, he was like, cool, I feel tired, like, because of my age, and I asked him, how old are you? And he said he's 40 years old. And I said, well, I'm about to be 30, like, in a month. And he's like, oh, you're about to be 30, okay, soon you will understand how I'm feeling. And I'm thinking, like, damn, couple more years, I'm gonna start feeling old and shit, like, damn, motherfucker.
Well,
seems like my youth is gone, man.
Well, we can't control that. I mean, we can't control getting old. Another thing I wanted to say was, it's like the weather. We can't control if there's going to be a snowstorm or if it's going to thunderstorm. It's out of our hands. We can't control getting old. We can't control when our time is up. I guess is what I'm saying. I guess, I don't know. I guess, I don't know. I guess my point is there's things you can and some things you can't control in this life.
I mean, you're right.
But the other thing I want to say, I was at my sister's and she put on a movie. I want to know if you ever seen it. It's called Bad Mama or Bad Mamas or something. And it was I kind of liked it. It was sort of a chick flick. Well, it wasn't really a chick flick, but it was kind of a good movie. It was interesting. I don't know.
You know, man, I didn't see your sister for a long time, man.
Yeah, maybe one day you'll get to see her again, because I know, you know, my mom likes you and stuff, and, you know.
Is your sister still single?
I think so. I mean, you could become friends with her. I could give you her number one day or something, or you can hang out with her or something. She probably would like you.
Well, I have a girlfriend, but...
Yeah, I mean, what was that? I heard something outside. Oh, that's weird. Someone yell out there or something.
Yeah.
Kind of strange, but yeah, I don't know. It's kind of eerie.
Can I have like this apricot raspberry cookie with my...
Yeah, you want to show the camera?
Yeah, Todd got these cookies.
Yeah, I got them like a month or so ago.
I mean, they're good till Christmas, so...
They're good. It's a good flavor. It's good pastry.
I mean, they're not even like past due date, so I mean, really, you can eat them. They're still eatable.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, why are you worried about the cookie? I'm gonna buy you pizza tonight, shit. I'm rolling in the dough, motherfucker, so I don't mind buying that pizza. Well, I'm gonna eat it too, but...
Cheers, everybody.
Oh, yeah. Cookie.
I like Emil's videos too. I like the one where he did Wendy's. It was like almost a half hour. I mean, a lot of people complain that his videos are too long, but I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. It depends. I don't know. I mean, I don't think the length of the show is what matters. I think it's what the content is what really matters.
Yeah, I know, and the reason why they say that they don't like my videos are too long, because they think like my videos are boring because they don't feel me. They think that my videos are unwatchable, so they think like, okay, his videos are unwatchable, so if you're gonna have, instead of like half an hour worth of piece of shit videos, have it like 3 or 4 minutes, that may get more views, because, you know, people have to put up with less like annoying shit. That's how they look into it.
Right, exactly, yeah.
But really, I don't give a fuck, because I just do what I want, you know. If people don't understand me, people don't feel me, fucked. I don't even give a fuck anymore. I'm just really doing it for myself.
Exactly.
So really, if you don't want to watch my videos, you don't have to, so...
Yeah.
Instead of watching them and telling them that my videos suck, you just don't watch it.
Yeah, instead of being ignorant and rude and nasty or, you know, about it, just don't watch.
Yeah. But I think people got that point. That's why lately I noticed that I'm not getting as many views anymore. Like, my view count, like, even when I make a videos interview with you, like, my views count, like, drop down. drops down, so it's kind of like. But I'm not too worried about it.
I just hear something down there. I don't know, it just sounds a little suspicious. I don't know.
Don't worry, man. We're not gonna get killed tonight.
Nah, I know. But
maybe we will.
I don't know. If I was you, I'd go down there and check your car here. I don't know. Maybe it's the maintenance guys. I don't know. I'll go down with you though. After the video, we should go down and check out what's going down there.
But I mean, I have insurance, so if somebody vandalizes my car, if my car gets lost or stolen, I probably can call and, you know.
It just doesn't sound right. Something doesn't sound right down there. I don't know.
Fucking Trump protesters decided to vandalize my car because they're thinking I maybe voted for Trump. Assholes. Which I did, and I'm happy about it, you know.
Yeah. People act like, little kids and stuff, babies. Act like little kids.
Because look, like, you know, everybody says it, but like, people still do stupid shit, but really, you know, I understand that some people are frustrated that Trump won. Because you believe Zionist own media, which is piece of shit, but that's a whole different story. But even if you don't like Trump and Trump won, it's still not the reason to go out there and break windows on the car and vandalize shit and burn American flags, you know. It is what it is, don't act this way. Because really, and people say, oh, people are young, this and that, like, see, look, I'm young too. I've been there, you know, when I was in my early 20s, like, now my testosterone levels goes down, but when I was like in my early 20s, when my testosterone were higher, remember like 7 years ago I was way more hyper than I am now, right? Would you agree?
Yeah.
Now I kind of calm down a little.
Mellowed down a little.
Yeah, because of the age. Yeah. But when I was in my early 20s, I was like this, you know, but at the same time, even though I had this, you know, age thing, and I understand it, but still I had enough self-control. Though people say I don't have self-control because I like to blow the steam, but at certain times I do, because you know what, I blow the steam, I cuss people out, I tell people that they're pieces of shit because they're pieces of shit. And you see, think about shit, it should be cleaned up. And that applies to everything, including the human beings, but that's besides the point. I know I sound like a fucking fascist, because I am. I'm not gonna lie, I have that in me a little bit, but, you know, still, you have to, you know, you cannot like fucking go overboard, you know, like, there are certain things you just don't do, you know. Like, you can blow up this team, cuss somebody out, scream, yell, jump around, but it's better to act like that so people say you're crazy than instead of that going out there and breaking somebody else's shit, see? Because like me, maybe I act crazy, but actually I'm not vandalizing anything. I never broke a fucking car. I never like did anything like that. As a matter of fact, like to me, like, I would be afraid of doing things like that because I'm afraid of doing it because I don't want to go to jail or, you know, pay fines because I'm working so hard to get money. So if, let's say, I'm gonna fucking break the car and then they're gonna give me, like, let's say $1,000 fine to pay, like, why should I pay for that shit, you know? That's like waste of money to me. That's not really smart. So it's like, why people are doing that stupid shit? There's no reason for it. You know, don't be a fucking idiot. You're telling me I'm fucking idiot, I'm crazy, but you know what, you motherfuckers doing crazier things than I ever done in my entire life. So who is crazy right here? You know? It's like the same thing with like Hillary and Trump, you know? People hate Trump because he said mean things. But look at this fucking Hillary. She killed people in Benghazi. I talked to one fucking army vet like yesterday at the wedding, and he said that Hillary Clinton, she could have easily like take Americans out of there and then she could have saved lives. Instead she just let people die and she just like started lying and covering shit up. But she's a fucking bitch, you know, like she's nasty. Like I never liked it. I was so happy that she lost. Like, to me that's like a great thing. Like the fact that Americans elected Trump, that makes me think better about America than I ever thought before, because like really, it means that people are waking up, they're understanding they don't want their country ruined by this fucking neocons. Well, and female being their puppet, that's right. And I don't get me wrong, I'm okay actually with female being a president, but not Hillary.
Not in America. I don't know. I think that only a man should be president in the United States of America. It's just I think the job is it's suited. It was always in the history of this country on the founding forefront for the first fathers of this nation to be. It was implanted in this country for the commander-in-chief to be a man, because throughout history, for over the centuries and decades, there's always been a male.
You know, most of the time.
Female for America. We've never had a woman president.
But in Russia, they had a woman monarch. They didn't have as many women, but they had a couple.
Interesting. Huh.
Yeah, like
yeah.
First woman knight, it was like back in 10th century. Yeah. It was Olga, and that was the wife of Knight Igor, and she was like ruling Kievskaya Rus for like 12 years. But then the big one, we have Catherine the Great. She was like for 30 years, I think, like 1760 till like she died in 1796. Huh. And she was called even Catherine the Great. Like she had a husband and he was the loser. He was kind of sick and stuff, and he was playing soldier till he was like in his early 30s, and then he got killed, and he was pretty much like a mature man. Huh. And he was only like in power in Russia for like a year or so. And then in 1763 his wife overthrew him, and she was German too. Like, you know that Russia was, most of the Russians, like Romanovs, they were only like 2% Russian with that. They like, after Peter the Great, they started like interbreeding with Germans. So pretty much at first Russians were, you know, Scandinavians were ruling Russia, Rurikowicz, and then after that it was Germans. So ethnic Russians, like Slavic Russian, they never ruled their own fucking country. Well, they mixed with Russians, because you know what, Romanovs, they at first, they were descendants of Gwinda Kambila, and that's the guy who got killed during like the crusade or something. He just escaped to Russia, he was a German man. And then his son or grandson was granted nobility because of his war, you know, things. And then later on, his ancestors become the first Russian king, and then they got emperors. But then after Peter the Great, they started, you know, getting Germans, the Russian emperors. They started marrying German wives, so really, all these Romanovs, they were ethnically German, they were genetically Germans, not really Russian. So, yeah. And that woman, she was German, she had a German accent, and she was ruling Russia from like 1763 to 1796. She was called Catherine the Great, and she was like really good. Like a lot of people like her, I personally don't, I like her son. But, you know, she got into history as Catherine the Great, and she was pretty, you know. So don't say that, you know, a woman cannot be bad, you know. Sometimes women can be actually good leaders. Like some women are good leaders, you know, so. But
yeah, okay.
It's just not Hillary. I just don't think that Hillary suits that.
Fitted for, yeah.
Yeah, she's a fucking bitch, that's all it is. I don't care about her gender. Like, it's just all about her personality. I just don't like her as a person. I don't care about if she's woman or man or whatever. I don't give a shit about that. I just don't like her, period. So, she's a fucking bitch, that's it.
How's your beer?
It's alright, man.
That's good. Yeah.
Well, it makes me feel better, you know, like.
Yeah, it seems to, yeah. It seems to uplift. It has a funny way or weird way of uplifting you sometimes, like making you feel a little better.
You know what's the thing about alcohol? I actually learned in school. You know that alcohol is like ethanol, right? And what this drug does, it makes you stupid, but at the same time it gets you like, you know, like you have it and you want to have more and more and more and more, you know?
Yeah.
That's how it is, and that's how like you wanna drink this poison because this poison like